Howdy folks, it looks like this is going to be the last video of the year, and I could do some kind of New Year's Eve themed thing, but let's be honest, I'm not going out or doing anything on New Year's, so instead we're going to do, let me fix that for you. Today's drink comes to us from loyal viewer Michael Peper. I am assured that that's how you pronounce that. It consists of Shochu, Cocchi Americano, Pisco, and orange bitters. I immediately like the sound of this because it's a low ABV, sounds a bit weird with an unusual ingredient. I'm all over it. Now, the first thing we need to talk about is Shochu. I have not talked about Shochu yet on the channel, and I am not really an expert, so I did a little research. Shochu is a Japanese distilled spirit made from rice, sweet potato, buckwheat, or barley, or some combination of those. There are a few different styles, I think, in regional variations, but the one we have today is mostly sweet potato with a bit of rice in it. 83% sweet potato, 17% rice, to be exact. The bottle I have is from a place called Shiranami. It's called Satsuma Shiranami. Satsuma refers to a part of Japan called Kagoshima Prefecture. It's sort of on the very south of the main islands of Japan, where I gather they grow a lot of sweet potatoes. Now this bottle is 25% alcohol, so pretty low in terms of other distilled spirits and cocktails. My research says that Shochu can be distilled up to 37%, so it's actually kind of low for Shochu standards as well. Now this is a different bottle than Michael was using. I couldn't get that same exact bottle, but they're both sweet potato based, so I'm hoping that they'll be pretty similar. Again, I am not an expert, but I do like to try new things. So let's taste this to get a baseline. It's unaged spirit, perfectly clear. It's got a very mild aroma. It's got like a slight maltiness, a slight sort of dusty aroma. It's strange because it's a little thinner than I'm used to for a distilled spirit. It has obviously no like real alcohol burn at all. It's usually things that are this low in proof that I'm drinking are usually have a lot of sugar in it. This has no sugar to speak of. It's got this sort of very delicate sort of malty flavor, sort of an earthy savoriness, but not super strong. I think the danger is adding ingredients to a cocktail that would overpower the Shochu, so we're gonna try and avoid that. Now for the drink. Michael is calling this the Four Corners because it's pulling ingredients from the four corners of the world. We've got an ounce of Shochu from Japan. We've got an ounce of Cocchi Americano from Italy. We've got half an ounce of Pisco from Peru and a dash of orange bitters from America, I guess, wherever they make orange bitters. So let's mix that up and see what we think. We did it. The Four Corners. I decided to put a lemon peel on it. It just seems like it needs a little bit of something, just a little bit of something on the nose. It's totally optional. All right, let's give it a try. I actually think the lemon and the Shochu go really nicely together. I don't know, it's sort of that maltiness from the Shochu and the lemon. I like it. This isn't a super high proof drink. Michael suggested I put the mixing glass in the freezer and stir it a little less to dilute it less. I didn't do that. I should have done it because if you guys give me a special instruction, I should follow it. But the thing is, I forgot. Anyway, this is a lovely little sort of light sipper, kind of a very light, delicate martini variation. And I actually like it quite a bit. I love a low ABV thing to drink. It's amazing. But it does have sort of a short finish. It doesn't really linger, and I think there's something we can do to the back end to sort of improve things. Now, incidentally, I did try a few other variations just to see what would happen, and instead of Pisco, I tried putting gin in it. That was a little too overpowering. I tried a couple of different rums on different occasions, but those two were just, they sort of overpower the nice maltiness of the Shochu, so I decided to stick with Pisco because that seems to work pretty well. To combat that short finish, I've decided to put in a 1/4 ounce of Sailor's. Sailor's is a gentian liqueur that has a sort of very simple profile. It's basically just gentian. So it's got this sort of drying effect, and it all happens in the back palate as sort of an aftertaste. And I've also decided to put in a bar spoon of honey syrup. This is also gonna act on the back palate, sweeten up that back palate just a little bit, add a little bit of interest to the finish. And you know what? This drink is gonna have 2 more ingredients than the 4 corners, so maybe it's called the 6 corners? That's not great, but what about the Hexagon? Let's mix that up. We did it again. Calling this the Hexagon. I kind of like it. No, I didn't do a great job on the garnish on this one, but it's fine. It's fine. There's no rules. Let's give it a taste. That Sailor's gives it a little bit of interest at the end, dries it out, just lengthens out the amount of time you're tasting something. You know what I mean? The honey syrup hits at the end as well. It just extends the flavor profile, which I really like. It also adds a little bit of viscosity to the drink. It's a little bit thin in the other version, and this version is a little bit more, you know, it's got a little bit better mouthfeel. I also threw in a couple drops of saline solution because it just feels like this is the kind of drink that wants saline solution, and I think that did just sort of brighten things up just ever so slightly. You still get that sort of malty start and the sort of savoriness from the Cocchi Americano, but yeah, the whole thing is just, it seems more well-rounded. A little bit more of a journey and a longer journey as well. Still not super high proof, so you could easily, you know, keep sipping on them. I love it. So yeah, I think I've improved it for you. The Hexagon. Thanks, Michael Peper. If you've got a drink you're working on, maybe it needs a second opinion, you're not sure what's wrong with it, put it down below in the comments, or you can email me, unclepete'scocktailshop@gmail.com, or get at me on Instagram. Any of those ways are fine. I'll totally see the message. I do sometimes get sent recipes that I don't make into videos, and if that's happened to you, I apologize. Sometimes it's because I can't get a certain ingredient. Sometimes it's because the recipes sound too good. Like, I'm not sure I could improve on them. So send me your flawed recipes. That's what I'm looking for. Anyway, thanks to Michael Peper for sending that recipe. Hopefully that was entertaining and or informative. If you have any comments, put them down below. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.